All right, I have that it is 7 o'clock on my computer. We'll call this meeting to order and stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Just a reminder, if you're here to speak at public comment time, you need to be signed in on the podium. All right, first order of business is the approval of October minutes. There's two sets of minutes from our regular meeting and our special meeting, and then the November claim docket. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to read those.
I make a motion that we accept the October minutes and the November claim docket.
All right, I got a first motion.
I'll second.
Second motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, we will now move to close our regular business meeting and open a public hearing on additional appropriation for the storm drain work. We're needing to appropriate money for that work. Any public hearing comments? All right, we will move on and close our public hearing and reopen our regular business meeting and move on to old business. First item on our old business is our monthly financial reporting policy that we talked about a little bit last month, and we were going to review and come back and any questions or comments.
I guess we don't.
All right. No questions or comments. Our monthly financial reporting policy. Do we want to address this at this time, or again, it wasn't mandated by State Board of Accounts, just a couple of things that they hinted at when they did their close of their audit, but nothing major. So
Well, I think less things you have to deal with the State Board of Accounts if we don't have to, or they're that much better off. It's just
You're right. So would this provide any fast track of their work if we do this, or is it just more work that they?
yeah, I got the impression that they just thought, it would clean it up a little bit, but it was definitely not anything that would make their job easier or harder, one way or the other. It would just.
Next question would be: is it going to make someone's job here a little harder?
That would.
No, because I do that anyway.
Yeah, it's all stuff that's already being done. This just spells it out.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good idea then. If there's no impact to someone here and it helps them in some way, then I don't think it's a bad idea to have. So I would make a motion to follow through with it.
All right, I got a first
And
motion.
And could that start January 1, or would it start?
It can.
Okay.
All right, so your motion, you want to adopt the monthly financial reporting policy as it's written and have it start January 1 of 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a first motion.
I'll second.
All right, got a second motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. We will adopt the monthly financial reporting policy January 1 of 2026. Next item is meter upgrade at wastewater treatment plant. So we had an electrical engineer and representative from Banning Engineering meet with Pete and I out at the wastewater treatment plant to look at all the different aspects of that. But I don't believe we've heard anything back from that initial inspection, right?
The electrical company that Banning recommended called during the downtime. And the field guy from Duke said that we was over 300 amps when he checked it. The electrical company checked it and it was under 300 amps. So I called James Pinner and I said, is there anything that wasn't running or you anticipate that wasn't running when they did the check? And he said the only thing he could think of is we have the big blowers and the small one, and we run one big and one small. He said they could have had two big ones running at the same time when he done the check. So the whole deal is, so we don't have to go to 600 amps. It goes in 200 amp increments. So if we upgrade, it'd be 400 if we're staying under 300. So they want to go out one more time, which I hadn't heard back from him, and double check on the amperage that we're pulling right now before we go any
So,
further.
Is there anything that would be running in the heat of June out there that caused it to overload? You know, just from the weather and the circumstances at that time with the
Well,
heat.
the only other thing I can think of is air conditioners.
Right. So would that, does Pinner have air conditioning? His system's all on another pole, right? Pinner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So is there anything at the plant that would require extra amps in the heat?
Well,
Other
that's
than
the
AC.
reason I called James, because he's been down there for years,
Yeah.
you know, and I
No,
don't know that much
The
about
little building runs on, I believe, window air, doesn't it?
Yeah, so,
I think so,
so
yeah.
that would be just like
That would be a bigger draw, isn't it?
12, 15 amps probably.
But, I mean, I don't know if it'd be that drastic,
Yeah.
you know, as small as that building is.
So they're gonna come out one more
They're
time.
gonna come out, do another check and see how many amps we're drawing before they make a decision on how high we're gonna go with.
Duke is.
Were any of their testing or checking of that when the south tank was down being worked on?
Yeah, I believe it was.
So we potentially could have all three of those tanks working at the same time, which would
Right,
seem to me to increase the draw. But
which they're operating that other one now, so that would tell us more when we do another test.
Right.
Who's doing the test, Duke or the
The
electric?
electrical company.
Okay.
You remember the name of the guy? He was from Plainfield.
right, I don't remember the name of. He was an electrical contractor that Banning Engineering recommended have come out. So, but. All right. Well, we will revisit that after they get that retested. So, next item on the old business: storm drain out on West Michigan Street by the Kilmans residence.
You got this one, starts out 2,900. Trying to understand what I put down here, I just wrote in there to the side.
Go ahead. Give us the synopsis.
Okay, Tony and I went out there and went to Katie's place, and he said the best thing to do is start out where the sinkholes actually are. Start digging there first and see if the rest of the pipe is good from that point on. If so, he says he can fix it for $2,900. If the pipe, which is clay pipe, has been there for years, if it's defective, then he would dig from the existing storm drain over to the driveway, and he'd have to go across her driveway and have to replace all that. It would be $6,800 to fix it, and that's putting plastic pipe back in.
How old is that pipe that's down there? Do you know? I mean, was it put in like in the 70s?
Oh, it's probably older than
Before
that.
that.
Some of the
What did he say?
original tile, yeah, it's been put in.
Yeah.
Probably older than me.
I don't know, that's that's not.
That's impossible.
No.
You're right next to dirt, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I didn't bring my paper, sorry, but what'd you say, it was 29?
2,900 if it's a what I call a partial fix.
And then 60,
6,800 if he has to replace all.
and,
He has to dig.
and do her driveway
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah. Which would be the width of the bucket.
Can we afford to just go ahead and get rid of that clay and just go ahead and do the 6,800?
Well, I think we've got another quote on that also, don't we, J. Mar?
No, not on this.
I think the big question for me is none of us know where this storm drain drains to. This was put in. If it was put in by the town, there was no records kept.
Right.
If it was put in by a private property owner, it was before.
Which would have been Bloomer.
It was,
Yeah.
and so
The neighbor there, Joe Griffith, he said that field drain, has been there ever since he lived there.
And he's
And
our
he's
age.
lived there for
65 years.
yeah. So we have a pipe. We have a catch basin and a pipe that goes across our yard, but we don't have a end point to it, and it's
We
not
don't
on
know
our
that
map.
it's attached to the sewer system at all.
It could be, right?
Tony says if we start where the sinkholes are, which is almost
Sure.
in line with the other one across the street, then he would know more once we get it dug up
Right.
on where it goes to. And I guess the decision would be between the town and Tony on whether we'd have to do it all for a total fix rather than a partial fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That way it's not just taking his word for it or whatever, which I have no doubt he wouldn't.
There definitely would be we're going to start out with whatever this quote is,
Right.
but then there's a potential that this could
As linear feet could be longer.
become
Yeah.
a bigger issue than we know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know that we have much of a choice than to at least start investigating it.
Right.
I know you said that Jamar put his camera down there and it wouldn't go anywhere, right? It wouldn't. It
Well,
just hit.
some, but
Yeah.
we couldn't get it in there very far. And that was the same problem we have over on Pennsylvania Street.
Right.
We got about halfway across the street and couldn't get the camera any farther in there.
Are you giving us an easement to do this, or are we just?
I don't care.
Well, what I'm worried about is, okay, let's just say the home changes hands down the road.
It ain't gonna change.
And at some point, you think,
It's not going to.
and
You gonna
then
live forever?
we've got to come back and do some more work. Do we have to have some kind of legally, looking at Graham, legally have something that allows us to do the work again or follow up with a new homeowner?
I can
What-
sign anything you want me to
I would,
sign.
well, the town has so much
Right.
right away anyhow.
Well, I mean,
To do-
we don't have any records of this storm drain though.
Oh,
That's why we don't.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I mean, it's further than 10 feet from the road.
Oh, okay.
Especially the catch basin. The catch basin's that's probably
Oh, yeah.
45 or 50 feet from the road.
Never been
That's
there.
over by the side of her house.
Let me do this.
Oh,
Let
you're
me
talking
ask
about the
this.
storm.
If we go ahead and do the work, can we do some kind of post lien work with the homeowners to get something that we can, not lien, easement, to get access, and that way we have it in place in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's always best to do it beforehand, but
But that's just gonna
got a
kind of
pretty
delay the whole thing, right?
willing homeowner here.
She'll sign anything.
She's still gonna sign anything.
As long as it's fixed, I don't care.
But we will have to do another additional appropriation because we've used our 52,000 that we appropriated in the storm drain fund. And there's not gonna be that much left. there's not gonna be 52,000 to start next year with, which is what we appropriated for next year. It's not gonna be there. Right now, there's 43,233. So if you pay him, let's just say the 68, brought my handy dandy little calculator tonight.
Jamie can look at the holes and sew his.
So that's only gonna leave 36, and you've got the one up there that you're gonna do, or you're thinking about doing.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it is. So there's not gonna be money in there next year to do 52,000, cause we're gonna be using it all up this year. And even though you appropriated $52,000, there's not that much money in that fund to do it.
Transfer.
And our revenue every year is $5 per household.
Well, revenue year
For-
to date right now is 19,796.
Okay.
So let's say, I think it's usually about $1,600 or $1,700 a month. So that's 22,996, and it's just. I just want you to know you're gonna have to do another additional appropriation to do this.
And we've got, we've done a lot of storm drain work already this year, so, which is good, but probably need to just slow down a little bit on that and
Yeah,
figure out where we're.
counting what we're doing with the additional appropriation, we've done 62,190 and we appropriated 52,000, which is Swanson's and then on yours.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's always possibility it may need to be
Yeah,
a
hopefully.
partial fix,
Right.
but you won't know until
Until you get in there.
you dig.
Yeah.
Would it be better, Jenny, for us to wait until January the 1st to do this?
No,
And put it on next
no, it
year?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, you can just do an additional appropriation to take that money over into the balance, the balance of it to
Yeah.
do it. But then next year, there's not gonna be that much money to play with to do any kind of storm drain work.
So we coast next year and finish up this year or what?
Yeah, obviously the different issues we found, we just have to prioritize which ones are urgent versus which ones can be delayed. You just triage it, say, okay, we've looked at the problem over here on Pennsylvania and the alley all the way over to Ohio as an issue, but it's certainly not. We're not having flooding over there. We don't have sinkholes over there like we do on West Michigan. So that would be a lower priority than what we have over here with the actual sinkholes, and I don't want Katie getting swallowed up by a sinkhole in her yard.
Especially show it.
Yeah, and if you wait till next year, I'm sure that the price will go up anyhow. Material goes up, plus labor. I'm gonna make a motion that we appropriate, or we're gonna do the 6,800 with the availability for the 6,800, but if it comes in at the 29, we're better off. Can we do that?
So your motion is you want to approve the $2,900.
No, I
The
want to
work
approve
for
the
the-
68, but if you don't need to get 68, the 29 will rectify the situation. We won't need to spend the whole 68. I don't know if that's something you do that.
Yeah, yeah, whatever your motion is, just you're gonna make a motion to approve the 6,800
Correct.
with the understanding that if it's not needed, the only amount we'll spend is 2,900.
Correct.
All right, so that's our motion on the table. Motion number 1.
I'll second.
Okay, motion seconded. Aye. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay, motion carries. So next month we'll do another additional appropriation to
Okay.
transfer some more into the storm drain fund. All right, very good. Next up on the old business, lock replacement for town
So
hall
you don't
front
wanna
door.
do anything about Pennsylvania now then?
Yeah, I mean, the bid's only going to be good for, what does he say, 3 months, 2 months? What does he usually give us? He usually says valid until December 12th, and we're not going to do the work before December 12th. So, isn't that right? Is that how I'm reading that?
Yep, valid until December 12th.
And we're not going to be able to do the work before December 12th. So I'd say wait and let him give us a new bid next year when
Okay.
we're closer to where we could do some other work, and then because with the understanding of whatever the limitation is based on our fund, I mean we would need to alert the contractor to this is all we have to work with. So can you bid us a project that comes in under that? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really think you tell somebody how much
Yeah, I was
money you
gonna say,
have to work with,
go
cause then
down
they'll
within-
say, oh, you got 39,000.
So go within 50
Well, it's gonna be
cents.
38.9.
Yeah. I remember we run into that once when somebody
Yeah, I think,
told the contractor how much they had.
if we have the 43,233 and we have to spend 6,800, then if we take into consideration that we're gonna get about 3,500 more before the end of the year, we'll have almost $40,000 in that account to start January. It's not gonna be the 52, but it should be enough to do Pennsylvania, if you wanna wait until next year.
All right. Anybody got any questions, thoughts, comments on that?
I think it's a good idea.
All right. So we'll table the other quote for now on storm drain on Pennsylvania.
I have one question about the work over on Pennsylvania real quick. Which way is Tony kind of leaning on? Does he think it's a minor job, or does he think it's the whole bigger job? Okay.
Well, if you looked at the two different bids, there's a heck of a difference in the bids for one
Right.
thing.
Right. I know. I mean,
Yeah.
if you were to lay odds on which one work he has to do, is it the lesser bid, or is it the whole thing?
Well, in my opinion, it's through an alley, so there's no traffic over the pipe that's there.
Uh-huh.
Unless you just want to get rid of the clay pipe. If a camera will prove that there's nothing wrong with it, I would just fix it from both ends.
And we haven't done any camera stuff on that.
No, well, we couldn't get the camera.
We
We got halfway across the street and couldn't get it any further. So what we was gonna do, if we did a partial fix, is that once it's dug up across the street,
Uh-huh.
then we're gonna run a camera from that point on.
Okay.
And to see if the pipe is still good. No.
I was just curious.
Yeah. But, I don't know. You suppose that alley's gonna be like it is for the next 50 years, or you think it'll ever be where somebody's actually using it as an alley?
I don't see anybody other than on the east end where that gentleman lives in Tutterall's old house, drive in there, and then where they come in at the pantry and park
Right.
once a week.
Yeah.
But see is
From
the
that point
drive-through.
Yeah, there's no traffic from that point on.
We do know at the east end of that alley, we have another T of a storm drain without a catch basin. So which they're going to have to put a catch basin in
Yeah.
because you're not supposed to have a change of direction without access to it. So whoever put that storm drain in built it with a T there and then buried it up, covered.
Probably didn't have such a rule back then.
Right. That's very possible. If it was put in the 60s or 70s, I don't know. But. All right. Any other thoughts on storm drains? And this. Okay, we'll move on to our next item on old business: lock replacement on town hall front door.
No, you can just mark that one off.
We got the new lock.
Yeah.
Now,
Mark it off.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what, we got a different brand this time, because obviously we've tried twice with the same brand and Alexa didn't like it.
No.
Because it will not
We'll
work.
say something about Alexa Brown.
She'll hear you. All right, so you've put a new lock on and
Well,
it's
not
working
on yet.
fine.
It's
Okay.
just got it yesterday. And
Good.
I'm
All right.
busy all day today putting up lights while it's warm. So as soon as I get an opportunity, I'm gonna put it on there.
Okay. All right, we're scratching that off then.
That's right.
Okay, next item on the agenda: fire marshal visit. So at the end of the special meeting, don't go anywhere yet, Pete. This is going to involve you. But special meeting in October, Jenny mentioned that the fire marshal visited and had some issues, and then I, of course, piped up and said some non-correct things about the fire extinguisher. So I was thinking of fire extinguisher maintenance when I spoke up, but the correct information is the fire extinguisher does have to be inspected every month. So I was wrong. So I got a fire extinguisher inspection checklist off of the NFPA website. And so I thought either our maintenance person or our town manager or whoever we wanted to designate could start doing inspections once a month on our fire extinguisher. We just have one in the building, correct?
No.
With two?
Fire extinguisher?
Right.
1, 2, 3. There's 4 in here.
Okay.
There's one in the basement, one in the police, and 2 here.
All right. So we'll have a form for each fire extinguisher each month. And so somebody will just fill this out.
And is
Say,
this anytime during the month?
right. Just,
So
I know.
whenever you start it, that's when you should continue, like
Yeah.
first week.
So
of
either the
month.
1st or the 15th or whatever. If you decide, however you decide to do that. And then maybe put a 3-ring binder together where these go in there.
Okay.
And then you just would fill that out. And it's not nothing really complicated. You're just looking to make sure it's visible, unobstructed, that there's signage on it, blah, blah, blah. So,
And then there's a little thing on the fire extinguisher that needs to be initialed and the date that you looked at it.
yeah. And that tag gets replaced once a year whenever the company, do we use Kerner or Corson? And they just show up and they do their maintenance on it once a year and on all the 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then, so, all right. Very good. So that's
And
the fire.
there's one at the sewer plant too.
There's a fire extinguisher at the sewer plant. Okay, so we'll make one for down there as well.
Yeah.
And so that would be just another thing to put a 3-ring binder down there with the fire extinguisher inspections. Any questions on that?
What about down at the park? Is there fire extinguishers down there?
Should there be?
I would think that there's a kitchen in there that probably should be.
Chief, should there be one down there? No, behind you. Okay.
The park itself, I'd say no, but like cans or there's a kitchen, so it
Yeah.
can't hurt.
Okay. That's good.
Look on the camera and see if they want it.
All right. So we'll just make sure we have a checklist for each fire extinguisher and a 3-ring binder for those checklists to go into, and then assign whoever we want to assign to do that. Whether it's you yourself or your maintenance guy or whatever you want to do.
And it'll be transferable and capability.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't matter who fills it out. It's just we want somebody to be responsible to say, I'm doing this on this date every month. And then the other checklist that I put together from the NFPA website is just the inspection compliance checklist for a municipal building. So the things that we want to make sure that we are doing, obviously, does our exit sign light up when the power goes out? Do we have doors that are, egressable through, so they're not blocked or locked or chained shut, that kind of thing. So we just want to do that just to check those things off. So when the fire marshal comes back on, you said the 17th, 24th, 24th. When the fire marshal comes back on the 24th, you can just pull these out of the 3-ring binder and say, here's what we've got for you.
And I have some 3-ring binders, so don't go behind it.
Okay.
All right, so does anybody got any questions on those issues with that?
Does that second checklist thing, does that have to be done monthly also? Or just the fire extinguishers?
Just the fire extinguishers. I think that I know for our business across the street, the fire marshal shows up once a year, so I would assume a once a year kind of thing would be enough.
Are you assigning this to Pete, or do you need someone to volunteer to do it?
I think again, it need to be assigned to someone, whether it's the maintenance person or a helpful council member wants to sign up.
I'll do it if you're in.
All right, there you go. You got your
I'll
person.
get you a 3-ring binder.
There's many colors to choose from too.
Well, I got a question on the exit sign.
Yeah.
Does it have a button we can check to see if it lights up?
Yeah, I think.
If it's an official exit sign, it should. Yes.
Button at the bottom of it you can push and it'll test it.
Yeah. So maybe I've never seen it on. Of course, I've never.
It's
that
gone,
thing.
it's gone on when the lights have gone out before.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. So that I could find my way out.
So when you wake up from your nap,
Yeah.
if the lights are done turned down.
All right.
So my next question is, does this need to be done by the 24th?
I mean, I don't know that it necessarily has to be done by us before the 24th. It would just be something helpful in the future for that to be done. But
He
if
wants the ones that are on the fire extinguishers initialed and looked at before he comes back on the 24th.
Okay. I can do it.
Okay.
all right, very good. Any other questions on the fire marshal stuff? All right. Thank you, Pete.
I could sit down for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, moving on to new business, approval of additional appropriation. So we approved some storm drain work up on York last month at our special meeting. We just didn't have the money appropriated, so we had to do this additional appropriation. So
we did the public hearing at the beginning of the thing, and we can go ahead and do it now, right? Okay. So it's $10,190, I believe.
I make a motion, we approve the additional appropriation funds as mentioned.
okay, got a first motion?
I'll second.
Got a second motion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. Then do we have other transfer funds to do
Yes,
on
I
here?
have.
Okay, excellent.
I do have transfer funds,
Very good.
because we don't have big funds to pay. Okay, so I'm transferring $170. This is from clerk treasurer school, because we didn't use it, into police clothes, because they spent a little bit more than what they had, so I have to transfer money for that. Money into electronic office. $500, money into supplies, and I'm transferring $1,750, because Pete needs a printer, but he can't decide what printer he wants. And I want to make sure there's enough in there to cover everything, and the dues and school fees isn't being used anyway. So that's for that. And then the other one was money we spent on purchase and renovation, and I'm transferring $2,500 there, so it's $4,920. But let me think what that purchase and renovation was. You can go ahead, I'll find it. Oh, and then also in the edit fund, Wi-Fi at the park. We've run out of money there, so I'm transferring from insurance $175. And this is to cover until the end of the year, so we don't have to do any more transfers.
Or
Okay.
balance of,
Hang on. $5,005. Maybe not. Yeah, $5,095 for a total.
Are we square?
And as we say, this is money that is already appropriated, and it's not any more money than what was already set out and approved by the Department of Local Government Finance. Now, what were you gonna say?
Okay,
Well, I
any
make a
other questions?
motion that we, transfer the fund $5,095.
All right, got a first motion?
I'll second.
Got a second? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. I have next on new business clean up around signs coming into Clayton.
I have to look and see because we did the budget. Because it's $65 a month. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. So we need, like, somebody needs to go mow the grass or weed eat or do something. All right. Can we get that? Okay.
No, you,
All right. Pete will get somebody on that. Capital assets. I have received the updated value of the police cars, the police radios, the town vehicles, those kinds of things. Biggest hang up on this capital assets is the wastewater treatment plant. The one I'm working with, the asset ledger that I'm working with, has like 9 blower motors, which we don't have 9 blower motors down there. So I just have to eliminate the ones that we don't have. We did get some new ones recently, so I have to update like numbers, ID numbers on them. It has like reducing gears, and it has 6 of those. I don't know what that means. Reducing gears, a gear reducer. So, and I'm like, how would we have 6 different gear reducers down there? We don't. But anyway, so I'm just spending time, on my, extra time off. Just go down there and I look around and I just scratch things off my list that I don't have that. It has, that our operations manual, it has that it's listed at a $6,000 value. And I can't find anything down there in the manual thing that looks like it's worth $6,000. So I'm probably not going to include that anymore.
And then you need to get rid of the old bucket truck and have a new bucket truck.
Right, which I've updated that. Yeah, I updated, even the police cars. We had a Ford Explorer and we had a.
I don't think we ever had a Ford.
Yeah, I mean, we had all these weird vehicles on there that I don't know what they were supposed to be for, but anyway, I'm working on it. It's just a lot of weird extra information that requires me to double check that we don't really need this information on there. Most of it, like I said, is wastewater treatment plant, down there. Some of it lists all the roads and as assets, and so I need to update it a little bit there because it doesn't have Illinois listed. It doesn't have all the parts of Pennsylvania listed, so I've got to just kind of double check with our asset, our pavement asset management list, cross-check it with this so that I've got the right.
Do you have what
Streets.
George did when he put everything together that was down there?
I
When
don't.
He did an inventory?
No.
Okay, I'll find it. I'll
Okay.
give it to you.
Excellent. That'll help. Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, I don't know. No, it's just written out.
Just text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
there's
also,
an old pump in the shed down there, and that's not listed on there. I don't know what kind of pump it is, but I'll figure out how to equate that.
And the State Board of Accounts wanted the SRF loan put on the fund report. So I reached out to, no, from FSW, FSG.
Greg.
So then is there a Charlie that works with
Yeah,
him?
Charlie and Greg.
He got in touch with Derek Rush, who I send the monthly payment to get all the information so that he can get something put together. So I don't know how long that'll take, but Judy and I tried one day for quite some time, and we were like, well, we don't know what we're doing. So he's gonna help us do it.
Excellent. All right, very good. So yeah, I think that'll, hopefully by the end of the year we'll have that kind of all cleaned up and ready to present in January to everybody and make sure that it's there and ready to go. Any other questions on capital assets or? All right. Pete, you're up again. Anything else?
Well, I got a couple quotes. Hopefully this is as a last resort on snow removal. Oh, that's right, you can bring it.
Yeah.
One of them, well, you know them both, Jamar and Jim Hawk. And they're pretty much right on the same, except Jim just shows one piece of equipment and Jamar shows two. And that's, like I said, as a very last resort. Because that's expensive. And we got another guy named Christopher Derringer that says he's gonna push snow. And then Mr. Teterow said he still wanted to also, right?
He wants the town job. I don't know about pushing snow.
Yeah.
I will say, we only have
$2,600.
$2,600 in snow removal, so at $4.50 an hour, you're only gonna be able to push snow for about 5 hours.
Yeah.
And if you hire somebody to do it, then they can get paid out of Jerry's, out of the maintenance.
Well, that's what I say, we got a guy, but every time I get one, they quit.
Yeah,
First day of snow.
yeah.
What's their response on this? Is it 24 hours on spot, or are they just gonna come out?
Well, I will say, Jim would probably be the closer one to get here the soonest, because I talked to, Andy from Jamar, and he's also got a contract with John Hall on the airport. So,
Who comes first?
well, I'm just saying that, like I said, this is the very last resort, and we got phone numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I was asked about the camera that you was talking about. Cost $100 an hour to have somebody run a camera for us. In which we did that down at York. And we can buy one with locators, where you can run it in and the locator can put you at the exact spot where you can dig. When you find say a broken tile or whatever. One of them was $783, one of them was $613. So, 6 hours you paid for it.
Now, both of them, the 600 and the 700, both have finders on them.
Yes,
Location
they
finder.
both have locators. One of them's got 106, well, both have 165 foots.
These aren't mechanized, these are ones you push.
Manually, yes.
Okay.
They got like wheels that you put on the camera. Like if you did it for plumbing,
Yeah.
you'd leave the wheels off of it and you can run it through your pipes. But for a tile, you put this thing on the camera head. It's got wheels all the way around. That's the only difference I can see is,
And would we pull this out of the wastewater treatment, or would this be?
I was thinking the same thing. Would
Okay.
this be storm drain or wastewater?
Well, it's gonna be used for both, isn't it?
yeah, it could be, yeah.
And you have a power spreader, right?
Yes,
You're gonna need that when it
we
comes out.
got 2 of them, matter of fact. Storm drain, storm drain.
Storm drain only, okay.
No, Carol, what would come out?
Well, it'd be used on sanitary sewer too.
If you wanna get down in there.
No, I mean if you're,
That's what I meant.
I meant pushing the
By
through.
your power washer.
Oh, I was talking about the camera.
You gotta manually put it in there, so you would have to be down in there with it. It's not one that's got a robot on it that you can control.
Well, yeah, I mean, from up above, can you put it? Some of them aren't that far below the
Have you
ground.
seen some of those manholes?
Yeah.
They're like 8 or
Yeah.
9 feet.
Come with me next time I start pulling some manhole lids, you'll see.
I wouldn't do it, John.
You don't wanna go down there.
His life would not be you.
Any other questions on the cameras?
I think either one of those, if we have money for it in wastewater treatment, I'm okay with you getting whatever you think is gonna work the best.
If, it's up to you guys, and if we continue to do this storm drain, I think would be
Well, it
helpful.
certainly would help if we could do some of the work preliminary and then find out, oh, well, we do have a problem, it does run that way, then we could,
That's true.
Yeah.
could identify then whether we wanna hire someone to run a better camera or scope down through there, or do some preliminary, early work just to see if we can fix it. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Well, I'll make a motion that we purchase one of the 2 cameras,
You gotta pick one. If you're gonna make a motion, you gotta pick one.
712.
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries.
The 783.65.
Okay. Let's go to Amazon. That's basically all I got.
Okay. Very good. Anybody got any questions for Pete?
I'm not leaving till you release me.
Go.
All right, you're released. All right, I got the police department up next.
So we have 157 total hours for the month, labor hours put in. We had 16 runs, 16 calls. We had 91 business checks. We had 18 traffic stops and 18 warnings. And that's all I have for it.
How many traffic stops?
18?
And they were all warnings.
They're all warnings.
I guess my question on that is, out of 18 warnings, surely 1 or 2 should have been ticketed. I mean, I don't know who stopped them or for what, but I'm just assuming if you
I
stop
can't
it,
answer that.
I know.
Do you know that where the stops, are they primarily on 39 related areas, or is it?
That's all through town.
Okay.
I know I sit all through town when I'm doing it. Certain times of the day you look for certain things.
Uh-huh.
Usually at night I set the stop sign. Everybody likes to stop at night, so I remind them we need to stop.
All right. Anybody else got any other questions for
Okay.
Michael? All right. Thanks, sir. Okay, Chief Bolton.
Alright. Actually got here. Alright. Some of this I'm going to glance over, so if you guys have any questions, just let me know. We'll start with the page that everybody besides one got. Sorry if I made more copies. So this is going to kind of be end of the year report, not just a monthly report. So right now we have 39 total members with 8 vacants, which would put us up to 47, 45 being firefighters. So far for the year, we've had 4 working fires inside of Liberty Township or the town of Clayton. We've had more working fires elsewhere, but that's just for our area. Mutual aid wise for the month, we gave it out 26 times and we received it 23. So the trend has always been we're giving out more help than we're receiving in. For the total year so far, we have 703 hours that are tied up on an emergency incident. So we're averaging about 64 hours a month. We're actively doing something on an emergency.
That 703 hours, is that combined with all the crew that's there, the hours that, like, you have 5 guys there, so you count that as 5 hours for 1 hour?
No, we could probably get those numbers, but the 703 is how many hours we have physically been on an emergency itself. So
Okay.
we are currently doing some new training documentation. So we're only at 43 hours for the year. We're trying to input all that training, so that's going to be obviously growing here shortly. But all our apparatus are in service. Nothing's garaged or getting any mechanical work besides a fuel inlet valve on a staff car. Facility wise, we did finish the downstairs bathrooms and the hallway project at 105's. And we ordered new jackets for everybody since we're getting into the winter season. PR, they've been pretty busy. They've done public education, school visits, community event participations, community event chewies. The cadet program is now starting to become full force with a couple athletic escorts. The cadet program would be really good questions to bombard Jennifer Weekly with, because she's pretty much running that with a couple others. But when they did the meeting, they packed the room full to where everybody was standing, so they ran out of chairs. And they are expecting to have 15 students participating in the cadet program. Fire Marshal's office has done 27 inspections for the year. As far as I know, all this is going to be commercial, mostly the warehouses, so that's where most of it was. We were having a lot of issues with the warehouses, so that became the priority. And then high school got its occupancy. On the EMS side, they did 57 patient care reports last month, which means they interacted with 57 people on emergency calls. 12 of those were at the BLS level, which is the basic level. 23 was at the ALS 1 level, and 1 was at the ALS 2. The easiest way to explain the difference is ALS could be like a low blood sugar. They give you an IV and some sugar, whereas ALS 2 is they're throwing multiple drugs and interventions at you. So it's, and then hospital destinations, 80% of the transports are going to Hendricks, and then the other 20 are going downtown for the most part.
What dictates that?
It's really patient preference. That's the easiest way. It also comes down to the limitations too. So if you have like a significant trauma run, Hendricks can't really manage it overall. You can take them there, they can stabilize and then send you out, but downtown's going to be like psych issues, significant traumas, things like that. So
thank you.
And then the other report that I didn't get to send everybody, but we with that, we are building this program out. So next year, every month you'll get a report from us basically with all this information. So you'll see it monthly, not just yearly. So we'll be getting everybody's emails, make sure everybody gets that. For the year, we are at 938 runs. So last year we were at 1,032. This year we are on track for 1,080, so about 3 runs a day every day. So the engine and medic out of this firehouse is doing the majority of the runs, and then 41 of those runs were below minimum, which meant we weren't staffed enough to handle the emergency, and then 33 were no responses where we didn't respond at all. With that, some of that is for getting double and triple runs at the same time. We have 3 people, so we can't just send 3 different responses. So that's where a lot of that number comes from. Mutual aid for the year, we have given it out 344 times, and we have received it 243 times. So we've given it out 100 times more than we've had to receive it. Run responses for the area, Liberty Township, we have done 525 responses. Out of the district, we're at 343, and then for the town of Clayton itself, we've done 70 responses this year. 653 of our runs are from 8 to 8 during the day, and then at nighttime it's 285. So most of the runs are during the day, which shouldn't surprise anybody. For the warehouses, we have done 103 responses out there. So 31 of those is at the TA or the Love's Truck Stop. The other 72 are at the warehouses. So we only go to the warehouse 72 times this year. And then I-70 we've been to 63 times. If you can't tell, we have an IT guy that's really good at data. So this is not me.
Do you hit the warehouses on the south side of 70 that are in Hendricks County, right?
So the easiest way to explain that is there's one warehouse inside, or I guess outside of I-70 that we don't cover, but every warehouse over there we cover besides one.
Okay.
And we actually do a dual response with them because we're closer. So they just send us anyway. Some other good numbers. I'm not going to read every single department because there's like 15 of them, but Plainfield has came out here 131 times, and Danville was the second most at 32. And then we have went to Plainfield 81 times and went to Danville 80. So and then, like I said, we've had 4 working fires inside the area. That doesn't mean we haven't went to them in Stylesville, Amo, Coatesville, Danville, Warren County. That's just for us. And then we've had 7 extrications in Liberty Township, which means we've had to physically cut people out of the fire. So, and then 703 hours total. And then, like I said, we'll make sure you guys have this report and breaks down how many hours we spend on each call type per se. The last thing I did want to bring up, somebody did ask us why staffing the firehouse is important. So the other night we had a residence fire in the town of Clayton. It was dispatched at 8:04 p.m. and they were on scene coming off the truck in full gear, pulling a hose line by 8:06. So less than 2 minutes from the time they got notified, they were pulling a hose line going inside. And with the location of the fire, it made a pretty big difference. So Engine 122, which is Plainfield, was going to be the next closest. They got there at 8:14, so it was about a 7-minute difference. And then Engine 192, which is Danville, was about 13 minutes away. So obviously, if we would have relied on them, it was going to be a much different story. But Other than that, does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah, that training they had here just a while back when it
Yep.
was the ammonia tank thing.
Yep.
What was the results? I know they come back here and everybody met. I didn't come back here. I was supposed to be a patient, but they forgot to tell me that. So, but anyhow, I know.
You might have been
While
too much
I
work.
was out there watching, I used to be in the fire department years ago, but we didn't have all that modern stuff. Seemed like it was it didn't go real well. So I don't know what was the.
So the short, politically correct answer is that there was a lot of communication with it, but with them trying to keep it as secret as they didn't get certain people involved.
Yeah.
So there was issues with like the dispatch center and then like the command of the overall incident.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal. That was one of the big learning curves for them, is maybe get certain people involved for the next go around so it's a little more organized, because before they left, dispatch didn't even know who they were supposed to send.
Yeah. Well, another thing I thought was, of course, it wasn't. We know it wasn't real ammonia, but Brownsburg pulled their hose out. I don't know if that's their chief or whatever. Them guys had their airlines on and masks, but he goes up there and all the smoke and stuff's trying to organize them. I'm thinking, well, you wouldn't do that. You would have your safety equipment on too. I thought if you're going to do something like that, you should go through the whole scenario.
Yeah, and that was actually another big issue was people were taking pictures and getting pretty close to it. So a question they got asked multiple times was, are these just people taking pictures for the event, or was this victims or part of it?
Yeah.
So a lot of it was just a communication issue. They did take a lot of good from it.
Yeah.
But I know one of the big talking points after that was getting a couple more people involved with it next go around. Because one of the big issues that we found out after was one of the neighbors was not aware of what was going on, and he worked night shift and was not in a very good mood when half the county woke him up and he thinks something's legitimately going on.
Yeah.
But
that's all I had.
Anybody else?
Great
All right.
report.
Thank you, Chief.
Very well done. Thank you.
All right, Thomas Asbury is not present today. All right, so next we will go to our public comments that have signed in.
That's you, young lady.
So when you come up to talk, I'll need you to give your name and address for the record, and then you'll have 5 minutes to give us your spiel.
My name is Esther Barber. My business address is 2226 South Shelby Street. I've been helping to the community, mostly Hispanics, to prepare the applications for alcohol license. Mr. Francisco Garcia is my client. And what is your address?
514 London Drive, Plainfield, Indiana, 46168.
The reason that we are here, he's, like I said before, he's my client. He lives in Plainfield. He passed by several times through your town.
Yeah.
And he see potential to open up a Mexican restaurant here. Before to do that, I always advise my clients to make sure, like in small towns, we need to have the ordinance from the city in order to obtain the alcohol license and the approval, in this case, from your guys. Mm-hmm.
Well, I may be wrong, but I think on alcohol license, that would have to come out of the county grant?
Normally came from the city. Is my understanding.
I'm not sure.
I don't think we have the ability to issue an alcohol license.
No, the alcohol license, the ordinance from the city.
You say an ordinance that allows
Yes.
alcohol within the
Yes, it's probably the
town limits?
Yes. And then the reason of that is because we want to touch bases with you before he even commit this contract or something.
Do you have an idea whereabouts here in the town? What availability?
We are looking for a place in US 39 and 40. In the little.
Well, 39 and 40
40.
is not in the town of Clayton. That has, here in the town, we're incorporated. That's got, 39 and 40's got a Clayton address. They get their mail out of here, but we don't,
it's not.
No, that would be the county.
Well, it's the township.
Township,
County,
yeah.
and
Which one?
it's the township is what, that area is under the township, Liberty Township. And so you would want to go to the county to get approval for whatever you're going to do there. I think it sounds great.
We didn't know.
The town of Clayton, if you look over there on the sign, is the kind of, we have the red area around the outside. That is not, the town is within that. So that's where this municipal administration governs. And we don't reach over to 39 and 40.
Okay. What is the other one? 53? Los dos están en ese sitio. So both are in that area, so we need to go to the county.
Yeah, it's up to the county.
Sorry that you had to sit through all that to find out.
It's a nice town. I never
Yeah.
been in this area, but it's a nice town.
Yeah, a lot of people, they got Clayton addresses because they get their mail out of Clayton. We've got Belleville, which that's where 39 and 40 is. We've got Hazelwood and Cartersburg. They all got Clayton addresses, but we're the only one that's incorporated because we got a town. Yeah.
I see. Well, congratulations, because
Yeah.
I see that you're very well.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
Well,
yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, me
Good
too.
mission.
Yeah, well, maybe you can find another location close
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
You can look around.
That's right.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
well, thank you.
Okay.
very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody got anything else for the good of the order?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The bucket truck, I know we was talking about not getting it down to Bob's, but from what I understand, if you give, Graham could probably tell me this, if you give him $1 a year to rent his place or whatever, lease it, our insurance would cover that truck in case something happened, in case there's a fire or tornado come through or whatever. Is that a correct thing, Graham?
Well, you're talking about storing the bucket truck in that
Yeah.
barn.
Yeah.
And your concern is insurance?
Yes, would cover it. If what I was told someone, I don't know whether it was a church priest or something, if he was going to let us just put it in there, whatever we want to do. But if you give him a supplement amount, or whether it could be as little as $1, it would be covered in case of an accident. You know, the barn burned or tornado come through there and destroyed it. Our insurance would cover it. I'm not sure.
We've got insurance on the truck, so yeah.
But I mean,
Or under his insurance, or?
No, under our insurance would cover it. But being his barn, I don't think his insurance, I don't think would cover it. I don't know.
Oh, under the town's general coverage of all vehicles. Yeah, I don't know. We probably need to ask our insurance agent.
Yeah. Well, only reason I asked, I was down there the other day, and that's a pretty nice truck, but it's getting an awful lot of, the birds are being awful friendly with it. And that's not real good on the paint job of that thing, any vehicle. So that's why I brought it up today to see if you guys might want to change your mind about parking that truck down there. So that's something I'm asking all of you guys. Because the deal's
Thoughts,
still on the
anybody?
table. He said we could do it.
You think he would sign just a real simple agreement?
Oh yeah, I asked him about that. He said he would.
And would we have keys to go down there and get the truck whenever we need it?
Well, you would have the keys to the truck, but the building's not locked. It's just got a latch on it.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't, okay.
Barn door, you just,
Big old boy.
yeah.
It's accessible anytime.
I think if that's the case, then we can sign something and get that in writing and do that. That would be fine with me.
What kind of a document you think we ought to have for him to sign? Just is that something you could draw up or make?
Are we gonna pay him anything? He's just allowing us to do it for
Okay.
free.
But that's my concern, because that's the best vehicle we've had for a long time. So
We brought a brand new police car 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You didn't want to park that in somebody's barn. That's a
Well, I
newer
would've.
vehicle.
Well, if we could have, if I thought about it, I would have. But
And you didn't. So
Well,
I don't
that was-
understand. It's a vehicle. The vehicles park outside all the time.
I know.
I don't get what the urgency is on getting this vehicle outside of the weather. I mean, I don't know. We've had other vehicles that have sat outside for years. And they work just fine. That's just my opinion. Any other thoughts or questions on where we're storing the bucket truck? All right. Anybody else got anything else for?
No, I still got one more thing.
You got one more thing. All right.
Well, the police chief approached me, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and was wanting to know why the police station, he said, wasn't getting clean. Is that not part of our?
I run the sweeper, and 2 months I didn't run the sweeper because I don't have to keep the police department, and I did it on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Because I didn't know.
And I wouldn't clean that bathroom
I'm
if it
not.
was me anyway, cause 50 million policemen come in there and go to the bathroom and make a big mess. I mean, you know how men can be.
How can we be?
Oh, bad.
Well, he brought the question to me, and I said I would ask the question here.
Yeah, because she uses my key to get in on there, and she came in the afternoon, and I wasn't here, so she couldn't get in.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, that's all I got.
Anybody else got anything?
No, I think that's something that could have been asked.
Graham, did you have anything? All right. Dave?
I'm good.
All right. Jenny?
Not thanks.
Okay. All right. If I have a consensus, we will adjourn. Okay. Meeting adjourned at 8:13. Thank you all. Don't forget to sign all